Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Davey Deathray here. Happy Friday the 13th, y'all. Wow, it seems like we just keep on getting blessed with these beautiful days. We've got 3 this year. This is the very first one, obviously. Yeah, I'm excited, guys. We're going to get into a little, let me just get my volumes right. There we go. We're going to get into a little bit of a live Tiermaker ranking. It's been a little bit since we've done one of these. Maybe we did one in December, but I know we did a whole big old batch of them back during spooky season. So I'm excited to get back into this one with you guys. We are going to be ranking the different iterations, looks of Jason Voorhees. Yeah, we're, as you can tell, right beneath me, right? There we go. We got Roy. Roy's showing up. So yeah, just basically, this is the only time so far that I have created the template for the tier ranking that we're doing. So you can blame me or praise me depending on how you feel about how everything is arranged here. So I didn't include every single version from like all the fan films out there, but you can see we do have Ghost Jason right there from That's Never Hike in the Snow, but from all of the Womp Stomp films. Yeah, and we've got a couple other surprises in there. So I'm looking forward to this. This should be pretty cool to see what you guys think. And I've already got some fun stuff figured out that I want to do for our next Friday the 13th, which is in, well, I guess a little bit less than a month, since February is a short one. And I'm so pumped. I've got my little Jason Voorhees crochet doll that my friend Sandy made for me. Shout out to Sandy. She makes these really awesome. They've got like body to them. I mean, they're like squishy, but they're not like flimsy. And yeah, Sandy kind of combined the looks from Final Chapter and Jason Lives for me. So I've also got a matching Michael Myers, but you know, Michael has plenty of time here on the channel. We'll showcase Jason here with his floppy little machete. But I love that it's got like blood on it. Super creative, super cool, super cute. The mask does not come off, but that would be amazing if she had a version where you could take the mask off and see the gnarled face. So I just wanted to keep this guy close by. You can see I've also got my signed Friday the 13th NECA mask up there. There's 6 signatures on there, I believe. Amy Steele, Ken Kersinger, Kane Hodder, Ron Sloan, Vincent DeSanti. Who else did we get? We got, did I already say Amy Steele? I feel like I already said Amy Steele. I'm totally like brain farting on the other people that I've got on there, but I think I have at least one more signature on there if I remember correctly. Yeah, let me take a minute to think on that. I'm gonna say what's up to everybody in the chat. Guys, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. I also have a live poll in the chat if you want to get in on that. Just basically asking you guys which era of Jason hits the hardest for y'all. So just let me know in that chat. I've got the link pinned in the chat, so you can jump on over to the Tiermaker site and get raring to go and ready for our ranking, which we're going to start here shortly. I also have a super chat goal. That's just extra. It's just for fun. If we get 10 super chats of $2 or more, I'll host a bonus Valentine's weekend stream. I'll probably do something like, I don't know. I still haven't seen that unrated cut of the original My Bloody Valentine. It's only like 2 minutes longer than the original cut. I found it on some site. So I was thinking about doing something with that. So if you guys want to see a little My Bloody Valentine love, in fact, I might as well just go ahead and say it. Today is the 45th anniversary of the Canadian premiere of My Bloody Valentine from 1981. So there we go. 2 days ago on the 11th, it was the American premiere, but since it's a Canadian film, I'll count today as the official release date. How about that? I'm going to say what's up to you guys here in the chat, and then we'll just go ahead and get rolling. How about that? We got Stephanie signing up for a YouTube membership. Thank you so much, Steph. Really do appreciate you becoming a member once again. We got Hollywood Lido, another one of our great channel members, jumping on in to be like second, first-ish. Yeah, I mean, you're the first one to drop a chat, Lido, so that counts. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely, that counts. Antonis Andriotis has been a channel member for 10 months. Holy cow. Just saying, hey Davey, what's up, broski? Nothing much, man. Just been putting together some stuff for the streams tonight because, guys, I'm live right now. Obviously, live right now. Then at here in an hour 45, I'm going live again. We are gonna watch the Friday the 13th 09 remake, the Marcus Nispel directed remake from 2009. We're gonna watch that. It's just gonna be a separate stream. That way I can keep all my stuff kind of compartmentalized here on YouTube. So we're going to take care of this Tiermaker ranking. Then we're going to watch the movie. The reason why I did that, guys, is because let me show you. How about that? How about I'll do that and I'll do this. Well, there we go. How about that? So guys, I asked you essentially, that's a different poll. But I asked you what you wanted to do today on Friday the 13th, and look at that. So we had 242 votes. 40% of you wanted the Tiermaker ranking, 30% wanted the watch party. I'm like, damn, that's 70% of 242 people. Let's just go ahead and do both of those things. And then I had some people expressing interest in the 09 remake. We have not yet done one of those here on the channel. I did one for the members. So if you're a channel member, you can see one from way back. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing this one. And then thank you so much to everybody that participated in the vote here for the worst in the franchise. I'm going to start working out some of those polls to find out what you guys would put at the bottom. Now, don't worry, if your favorite movie is in this poll, I just curated the list. I didn't create it, okay? But it looks like most of you don't like Jason Goes to Hell. All right, so I'm just going to bring it on back over here, I believe is the right spot. All right, there we go. Yeah, let me say what's up to everyone else. We got Linda in the house, another one of our great channel members. How are you doing, Linda? Thank you for joining us. Adrian James, what's happening, Adrian? We got Jason Carpenter, yet another channel member, says, what's up, everyone? Just drinking my pansy-ass Bud Light, watching Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. Yes. Man, Jason Takes Manhattan, so much fun to watch as a kid. You know, because they would show it on TV. The movie is mostly edited for television anyways, you know, for the most part. So yeah, I still have a lot of nostalgia, you know, attached to that movie, but that's pretty much it. But I can enjoy all these movies, Jason. So I would probably put Takes Manhattan towards the bottom of my ranking. It doesn't mean I hate the movie, though. Does that make sense? And I think you should watch Jason Lives. Put Jason Lives on now, and then watch the 09 remake with us here in a little over an hour and a half. How about it? How about that? Look at that. Lito's been a channel member for 9 months. Wow, that's amazing, Lito. Thank you so much for being with us for that long. That's crazy. I'm starting to think, yeah, I'm like, man, it's been like a year since I like moved out of my place with what's her face and all that. So it's so crazy. Like, it was a wild year. I can't believe it went by so fast. But here we are, celebrating yet another Friday the 13th, our very first of 2026. We got Jigsaw joining us as well. What's happening, Jigsaw? We got Zach in the house also. What's happening, Zach? How are you doing? We got our gal, Ray, one of our great channel members, and Death Squad mods. How are you doing, Ray? Thank you so much for joining us. My friend Vincent is live. That would make sense. I'm surprised he's live this late. But yes, it is a Friday the 13th. Usually he goes live a little bit earlier, but he must have something going on. Maybe he's at an event tonight. I don't know. I've been so wrapped up, and I know it's so stupid. It's not even an excuse, guys. I've just been wrapped up in my own head, in my own world for honestly the last couple of weeks. So I'm just trying to, like, you know, life is... There's a bunch of spinning plates in life, whatever kind of metaphor you want to use. Spinning plates, Tetris, whatever you want to call it. It seems like, you know, you pull focus to one thing because it's important to you, and it pulls your focus away from other things. And then it can take a little while just to sort of recalibrate and just like find some balance, you know. It's totally okay to like veer off and focus more on one thing or more on the other. But at some point, at least for me, I'm like, man, I need some freaking balance. All right, we got getting back to it. Speaking of balance, Jamie Hart is joining us here, our original Death Squad mod, Miss Jamie. We are getting close to Jamie's 2-year anniversary or something of being a channel member or being hanging out here. I think it's got to be around 2 years, Jamie, somewhere around there. Yeah, channel member for a really long time and a member of the community for even longer. We got Herbert Geddes kicking it with us over on the Facebook side. What's happening, Herbert? Thank you for joining us, man. Really do appreciate it. Yeah, I did say Ginny twice. Yeah, she is pretty awesome. Amy Steele's pretty dope, for sure. Let's see what else we got here. Thank you, Sean. Yeah, it's my slasher Hawaiian shirt. I figured somebody said that I looked like Magnum PI in the stream the other night, or, you know, Tom Selleck and all that kind of stuff. So I was like, okay, well, this is perfect because I already have this shirt and it's Friday the 13th. So there we go. Yes, rocking the full Magnum. I even straight shaved again on my face. I doubled down on the mustache. I didn't know if I was going to keep it. Felt like kind of a fool for going with it. And I was like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm doubling down. I'm going to keep it for even longer. Funk that. What's happening, Big Rod? How are you doing, man? Thank you so much for joining us. Viva la Sackhead. Yeah, Sackhead Jason's great. Big Rod is one of our amazing channel members as well. Wow, we have a lot of channel members joining us. I love to see it. Thank you so much, Big Rod. Hope you are doing well, man. Watched a big screen showing of the uncut version of the original My Bloody Valentine last night in Glendale. They had the girl who played the shower kill as a guest. Very cool stuff. Yeah, her kill, I think both of those, that couple, both of those kills are expanded on quite a bit, aren't they? I believe so. I skimmed around to make sure it was the unrated cut when I found it. Hold on a second, guys. I think I have to sneeze. I did have to sneeze. Thank you. Thank you for giving me a second on my own stream to sneeze. I know bodily functions are crass at best and disgusting at worst. Dude, the stash, says Big Rod. You land a role in Super Trooper reboot. Looking fresh. Thanks, man. No, just trying to be a genuine creep, I think, is the reason for the mustache. Actually, there's a different reason for the mustache, but I won't go into it. Yeah, exactly. Jason Goes to Hell Rock, says Jason Carpenter. Hey, I don't hate any of those movies up there. Hollywood Lido calls it a stinky mess, despite the ambition involved. That's true. There's some really good things going on in Jason Goes to Hell. Not everything is really good in it. The music is dreadful. Lido, I'm sure you'd agree with me on that. And it's not even so much the composition, it's the voices on. It sounds like, because I believe it's still Manfredini doing it on Jason Goes to Hell. It sounds like he just got some keyboard that had these voices that, you know, maybe at the time when you use that keyboard, you think, wow, it sounds so like I could mimic any instrument ever. And now when we listen to it, I'm like, man, that's like a keyboard that you would buy at Costco would probably have better voices than what they used for Jason Goes to Hell. Unfortunately, it's really poor, poor work on the production side of the score. Oh yeah, for sure, absolutely. It is. I wish that it had like more, like I wish it had like real nudity or a little bit of blood in it, like something either way. It doesn't really go full bore into, it doesn't want to go into TNA territory or bloody territory. And I'm sort of like, pick one, you know, at least like A New Beginning. Most of the kills in A New Beginning are frustrating for me because they're cutaway kills. They're basically edited for television. And then you've got like 5 sets of tits in that movie. So it's like, what happened? All the tits in the world, but none of the gore. Manhattan is like, well, we're just going to give you blue balls all the way around. Like, no fucking gore, no tits. Like, I think you see, gosh, what's the name of I always forget the name of the character. The bitchy blonde girl. I love her. I don't know what it is about a bitchy 80s blonde. She just reminds me of it reminds me of a coming of age time, but you see a little bit of her, just not enough for me. Okay, enough talking about, you know, not seeing tits in Jason Takes Manhattan. We got Shane C hanging out in the house, one of our great channel members. How you doing, Shane? Says, rarely catch you live, love the content, man. Thank you so much, Shane. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, I'm super pumped that you're able to catch something live. I go, you know, usually it's around this time of night. I've been trying to get more back into doing them during the day, especially for our folks that are across the pond. I don't know where you live in the world, Shane, but I try to go live at all sorts of odd times just to catch people. Yeah. Oh, Jamie's been a member for 18 months. That's amazing. She's probably been watching the channel for about 24 months, I would imagine. Fantastic Oracle, welcome on in. Welcome. You're kicking it with the Death Squad. Says, I watched the first 2 Friday the 13th already, and right now I'm watching part 3. Just started it. Davey, did you watch any of them today? I have not watched any today yet, guys. I know, I'm terrible. I've been working and then getting ready for the stream, and here I am. But we're going to watch the 09 remake here in a little bit. Here in just a little bit. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, in a Detroit Tigers hat or something like that. Something like that, right? Thank you. Appreciate it, Steph. Okay, the mustache stayed through the sneeze. It's real. It is a real mustache. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's what I'd imagine they did, Lido, because it's just 3 more minutes. So it just seems like, yeah, they extended a lot of the shots just a little bit longer. We got Blu-ray Addict in the house. What's happening, Blu-ray? Welcome on in. Do the roar. I don't know what the roar is. What is the roar? What is the roar? The synths used for Jason Goes to Hell sound very tinny and cheap. Yeah, it's too bad. Okay, I just want to make sure I haven't... show us on the doll where Manhattan hurt you. I guess right there in my... what I once thought was a cold, dead heart. That's where Manhattan hurt me, right there. When I close my eyes and think Jason, I see Zombie Jason. I think when I close my eyes, even though he's not my favorite, I usually see Richard Brooker. So I usually see that, like, you know, OG. Jason's, he's a revenant, but he's not like total zombie Jason. But I hear you, Ben. I think, like, you know, when I was a kid, it was Jason from the New Blood, which I think is probably the best look and one of the worst movies. We got Prince joining us as well. What's happening, Prince? Welcome on in. And by the way, guys, Ben is an amazing channel member. I didn't even say that. I try to say that with everyone that's a channel member, but Ben has been a member for a while and a really great member of our community also. Okay, I think I'm all caught up with everybody. Guys, if you have something that you want me to answer or something that you want me to say here, if I missed it, because I do want to just get to the task at hand, feel free to shoot over a little super chat. Again, it's not required by any means, but if there's something that you want to make sure that I don't miss, that's a good way to make sure I don't miss it. Jason says, super hot take alert. I think the first 3 Friday the 13th are dreadful. I much prefer Liv's New Blood, New York, Hell, and Jason X. Sue me. Wow. Okay. I can understand it with the first one, Jason. I think part 2 is my 3rd favorite in the franchise. And I think, you know, part 3 it's up there. It might be my 5th favorite. I don't know. Part 3, I'm kind of not too into Chris as a final girl. I got to be honest. She seems very unstable to me. Obviously, by the end of the movie, she's completely lost her mind. I think it would be amazing to, you know, check in with her character after all these years. But honestly, like, I'll just come out and say it. I don't like that she dicks around with Duder. I don't understand what that whole thing is like. Like, she comes out to visit. Guys, back in the early 80s, if you were going to come and visit a small town and you were like, oh, and I want to see this person that I'm romantically interested in, you would have had to, like, call them long distance ahead of time. It wouldn't be like texting someone or shooting them a DM. Maybe you wrote this person a letter. Like, somehow Chris communicated with this guy that she was going to be there because he just shows up. Like, he knows she's going to be there, like, at that time on that day. And then she just, like, jerks around with him the whole time. I mean, yeah, he's pretty forward. He's pretty much like, you know, I want to get it on with you, and I missed out on this opportunity to get it on with this other chick. Whatever. Has nothing to do with anything real. But it definitely drops Chris down in my ranking, for sure. Although she gets a few points added for, you know, putting the axe to Jason's forehead. So there you go. Brooker or White. Yeah, that's pretty quintessential right there, right? Yeah. I ran into Ben in the wild on some random Letterboxd review. There you go. Ben likes some really interesting stuff. So do you, Ray. So do you. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and get this thing rolling. Chris is a final girl's nowhere as cool as Ginny, Trish, or Megan. Yeah, and Trish hardly does anything, really. Okay, are you guys all logged in and ready to go? The link is in the live chat. It's pinned in there, okay? So I just reloaded my page. I'm not sure if you guys have to reload your page now that we are jumping into it. Let's see here. Okay, share this tab, and I think I want to go over and do something like that. But again, StreamYard just let me down with this nonsense. Maybe I can, I'll make myself a little bit smaller. You guys see me enough, right? No one's going to be like, where's Davey? Okay, there we go. All right. Hey, look at that. Lido dropping a $3.98 super chat. Says, let's count this as 2, shall we? Cracked the seal. There we go. Thank you so much, Lido. Really do appreciate you, man. Really, really do appreciate you. Kane Hodder is always number 1. Ooh, I'm a CJ Graham kind of guy. I think I'm like Graham, Ted White, Richard Brooker. Kane has some really good Jason looks, but he's in the worst, at least for me, my opinion, the worst movies. His cameo is pretty funny there. Oh my gosh, no, I don't want to be John Wilkes Booth. But I love it. Zach is a real historian, guys. Just want to let you know, Zach is a true historian. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. Of course, I didn't check my microphone for God damn it. I'm so mad at StreamYard that it does this to me every time. Sorry about the audio, guys, for the first 22 minutes of this. Hopefully it sounds a lot better now. Hopefully it sounds better now, but if no one says anything, I don't know. And StreamYard, I got in the habit of checking StreamYard every single time, and then it didn't let me down, and now here I am getting let down by it. Okay, anyways. Let's just go ahead and get this thing rolling. I don't know if any of you are in there and wanting to vote, but we are going to get going here. So yeah, guys, we're just ranking it on, I didn't even get creative with the tiers. We're just going straight S, A, B, C, D, F, I believe is the last one there. Oh no, it's just A, C, D. Okay. A, B, C, D. Okay. Let's go ahead and get this rolling. Yeah, StreamYard is so, I can, whatever, I'm not going to bore you guys with all of the minutia, but there's a certain way to do my setup that usually makes StreamYard pick my microphone as my microphone is my default, but for whatever reason, sometimes it doesn't pick it. And guys, if any of you notice at the beginning of a stream, feel free to say something. I don't all, like, the audio that I hear is the audio from the microphone no matter what. So I never hear the audio from like the laptop mic. So there's no way for me to know that it's not like the good quality audio. It always sounds like the good quality audio for me. We got Sean G dropping $5 Canadian, says $5 Canadian. Does that count as 2? If you did one $2 and then another $2, it would count as 2, but YouTube only counts them for each one that you guys send in. But we are 2/10 of the way to our super chat goal. Thank you so much, Sean. Okay. And Steph has figured out how to split the screen. Perfect. Let's go ahead and get this rolling. Guys, we are going to start off the very first one. So it's very easy. S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier. No cutesy names or any of that nonsense this time. We're going most votes because average vote put everything in the middle. So we learned our lesson from average vote. We are going to kick things off, guys. This is technically not even Jason, but it's Jason in spirit, guys. We're going to go with Roy Burns is kicking things off from Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning. So here we go. Voting opens now. Boom, and the event has officially started. Oh, thank you so much, Lido. I know, it's just, I try not to let it put me immediately in a ditch as far as performance goes, because it really does irk me when the audio sounds like that. So I'm trying not to let it ruin the rest of the stream here. I'm doing my best, It's been an interesting week, Lido. I'll just say that. Very interesting week. All right, let's see where we are. And yeah, guys, I'm giving you 90 seconds for each one of these. That way we can just sort of discuss and have a little chit chat. So far, we've got, 6 votes, 15 participants. Let's go, guys. I'm guessing out of 15 participants, gosh, I mean, I would imagine that at least 12 to 13 of you guys have seen Friday the 13th, Part 5, right? If not,
Why not? I'm curious to know. And yeah, I'm drinking coffee. Leave me alone. I've got the stream after this, and then I'm streaming. I'm going to do a watch party over on Shay Rant's channel at about 1:15 Eastern. I'm jumping on to watch Scream 5 because he's doing a whole marathon today of all the Scream movies. All right, 2 seconds left, and we're going to pause it on our next one here. Okay, there we go. So coming up next is Uber Jason from Jason X. Man, this guy, it was so tough to find a good picture of this damn guy. It was so frustrating. Let's see what you guys... So with Roy Burns, let's see here, 9 voters, 2 votes for the A category, 6 votes for the B category, 1 vote for the C. So there he is right there in the B category, our guy, Roy Burns. And let's go ahead and keep this thing rolling with Uber Jason from Jason X. Now we are going to take a look at other Jason from Jason X. Kind of got a little bit of a homeless look in Jason X and in Freddy vs. Jason too. And I guess in the remake he is technically, I mean, he's not like, I guess he's got a home. He lives in tunnels. I don't know what we would consider that. Some sort of housing. Oh, and I see StreamYard heard me talking bad about it because now it's not loading your guys' chats. So it heard me saying some messed up shit. All right, so let's see where we are here for, wow, guys, Uber Jason is in the A category right now with 8 voters. Oh, and then boom, just like that, spoke too soon, right down in the C category. A very steep drop off there. I've got my cool Jason koozie on my glass of water here. It's an English pint of water. All right, StreamYard decided to let me catch up on chats. How about it? Guys, 15 seconds left to vote for Uber Jason. We got 9 votes coming in so far, 17 participants. So I'm guessing for you guys that are participating, have you just not seen this movie? Which is totally fair. You know, I wouldn't want you to vote for, although I guess it's yours voting on a picture. All right, excellent. So Uber Jason from Jason X, 10 voters, 3 of them in the A category, 4 in the C category, and 3 in the D. So he's right there in that C category. And coming up next, we've got Sackhead Jason from Friday the 13th Part 2. One of my favorite looks in the franchise and one of my favorite movies in the franchise. This is my number 3 favorite would be Part 2. And really, like, Part 2, I'll just say my piece really quick. The reason why I love it so much. Love the chase scene. Like, Ginny as a final girl, that whole, like, epic chase. I love the splitting up of the group and Jason being able to, like, knock some of them off. And then the rest of the group showing up and, like, dealing with the aftermath and kind of having to, like, catch up really quick. I dig that. Love the score. I think the score is even better in the sequel than it was in the original, but still very classic, still very, like, Psycho, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, really dig that. And there's just something about Sackhead Jason, you know, he's got a good look. Got a very good look. Okay, let's see what we got here. I'm confused on the building. Is the green good or the red bad? On the building? Which building? All right, 30 seconds left to vote on Sackhead Jason. I feel you on the interesting week. I caught another flu cold at the beginning of the week. It's been awful, dude. I'm so sorry. That is terrible. Yeah, I got sick right before the new year, and it felt like it sort of hung on a little bit longer than normal. But things are back to normal here. Haven't seen any of the Friday the 13th movies. You can rate just on look if you want to, Zach. No harm in that. All right, and Sackhead Jason, the voting is all done on that one. Sackhead Jason is an S tier Jason Voorhees. Let's take a look at the stats. 10 votes, 7 of them in the S category, 3 of them in the A category. You guys love yourselves some Sackhead Jason. And I want to catch up on the chat here. Yeah, thank you so much for the reminder there, Lito. Yes, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, all that good stuff. Guys, we passed 2,700 subscribers. So just think about it. We didn't break 2,000 until it was like the middle of November. And then we had a couple really great months. And here we are, less than 300 away from hitting 3,000 already, which is crazy fast for this channel. Thank you so very much, each and every one of you guys. The people that have been here for a long time, thank you especially. And for the folks that are new to the channel, welcome. I'm super pumped to have you along. And I jokingly, at the end of 2025, I was like, I want to hit 5,000 subs in 2026. And I picked that number because I thought there's no way that that's going to happen. And now I'm not like so confident it's going to happen, but I'm like, oh shit, like it could. I mean, it's wild. It's wild. So we'll see what happens. But you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Oh yeah. So it's the S is the best. So it goes best to worst, Steph. There you go. He does have a super shredder kind of look. Silly but fun. I hear that for sure. Yeah. The hobo look is cool. I don't mind the Hobo Myers either. Yeah, well, when he lives in the remake, he's like underground and everything. Yeah, so he's got a place he lives. He doesn't have like a home necessarily. Yeah, there you go. Viva la Sackhead, says Big Rod. Sackhead is my favorite. There you are, Jamie getting what she wants. Sackhead is the only Jason I'll cosplay as. My build works for him. That makes sense because you know, I know it was a couple different people that played him. I think it was Dash plays him for the most part, right? And then Warrington Gillette plays him at the end when they actually show his face. Yeah, but Dash has a little. Yeah, I see what you're talking about, Lito, because I think Sackhead Jason has a relatively slender build as far as you know, Jason goes and all that stuff. No, dude, you can totally do that. It's not just for mods. So, I mean, I do, like, I'll say it in other people's channels if I'm not seeing anybody else say it. There you go. There you go. Yeah, we'll allow it. Yeah, Ray won't time you out this time. Yeah, I'm trying. Okay, let's continue this ball game here. We are going on to Ghost Jason from the Never Hike Alone series of fan films by Womp Stomp Pictures. Our boy Vincent DeSanti, Vinny, as some people call him. Although I guess I call him Vin. Yeah, I usually go with Vin. Hopefully that's okay, Vin, if you're out there. No, I think Vin. Maybe he's still streaming right now. If so, go on over, show him some love, and then come on back here. Obviously, come on back here. Holy cow, guys. Ghost Jason has got to be at least A tier. Come on. Do I have to vote for him to get him up there? All right. I will cast my vote on this one. I'll put my finger on the scale, although I don't think it's going to change anything. All right. Let's see what we got. 30 seconds left on this one, guys, for Ghost Jason. 11 voters on this one. So there is, you guys are very active. I love it. I'm going to take a look at our poll here. I might close out that poll here shortly. Let's see. Here we go. We got 5 seconds left, guys, to get those votes in. 13 votes. All right. Oh, we got our favorite coming up next. Look at that. We got our friggin' sweet revenge Jason coming up next. All right, so Ghost Jason from Never Hike Alone, 13 voters, 2 in S tier, 2 in A tier, 6 in B tier, 3 in C tier. Oh, that's such a bummer. I really like the way that Ghost Jason looks. But I hear ya. I mean, if you're really like, if you want that more slender mask and you want the chevrons there, I get you. I do like that they tried to do, you know, that they did try to stray a little bit from it for sure. Okay, let's see here. I think I saw a super chat come through, but Antonis, I'm sorry. I see it on the YouTube side. Come on. Sorry, the Brave browser's pissing me off. I see it on the YouTube side, Antonis, but I don't see it on StreamYard yet. So thank you so much. Man, Antonis dropping a $4.99 super chat. Doesn't even have anything that he wants to say with the super chat. He just wants to drop that money. And did he drop two? Antonis, did you drop two of those? Two $4.99ers from Antonis Andriotis. That is too amazing, man. I'm going to make sure I give some love to all of these. So holy cow, guys, we are 4/10 of the way there. If you guys want a bonus stream this, weekend is the word I'm looking for. There you go. We can make it happen. And let's move on with our vote. I'm very interested to see what you guys say here. I think Ghost Jason will be the only one I vote on because I love just seeing what you guys have to say, but I couldn't leave my boy Ghost Jason just hanging there in the wind. Guys, Greg Nicotero's design that isn't at all AI from Sweet Revenge, the Jason universe. Jason, let me know how you feel starting now. What do you got? See, here's the thing about when this design came out, I was like, oh my God, they literally just like ripped off Vin. Like, look at it right there on the screen next to Ghost Jason. They just did a less intriguing version of it and they just botched the mask so bad. But the whole like coat with the t-shirt underneath, I'm like, dude, come on. Like, it looks almost exactly like, just give Vin a voice. Quit being a bunch of turds and give Vin a voice there, a seat at the table. And right now, Jason Universe Jason is in the only one in the bottom category here. Let me see if okay, it looks like it's caught up here. Antonis dropping his $4.99er and another $4.99er. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate you, bud. Yeah, Antonis with the friggin' win. Sweet Revenge, Jason, knock him off the list. Yeah, can we get him any lower than a D tier? I guess you can add tiers, You can do that there. I gave him an S tier. It gives me Halloween 2018 vibe, and I really like that. The Jason Universe version? All right. That is a curious thing, guys, because Zach hasn't seen any of the movies. It's interesting, like somebody that would jump in and just based on the looks, like what they would think about a look of Jason. It is pretty interesting. Because I'll tell you what, Zach, I'm guessing you're talking about the Jason Universe one, which ended up in the D tier. Or you were talking about the Jason from Ghost Jason. You must be talking about that one. Because no one gave Jason Universe Jason an S tier. We got 1 in the A, 1 in B, 4 in C, and 6 of the 12 voters, half of the voters put him in that bottom of the barrel category. But he's all alone down there, and we'll see if anyone else joins him. I'm curious to see what you guys have to say here. And then moving on, it looks like we've got Jason from Jason X, from like the first 2/3 of Jason X. Here we go. We got our Hobo Jason. Man, I'm really not a fan of this one. I don't like, he's wearing this tattered shirt that's just like, why is the overcoat on there? It's like hardly existent. It looks like it's just gonna like, disintegrate and fall off of his body. I don't like the grandpa just got a hairstyle he's got. For whatever reason, this version looks too much like Kane to me. I can see his eyes too much through the mask. I'm not a fan. I'm not even the biggest fan of Jason X. It's got a really low production value. It looks like a TV show from the Sci-Fi Channel. It's not cheesy in the way that I like want a slasher movie to be cheesy necessarily. Like, there are a couple moments that totally work for me, and some of the kills are great. Obviously, it's got one of the biggest kills in the franchise, but you can't hang your hockey mask on one good kill in a movie. It's like, that's not enough. You need a machete sticking out to hang the hockey mask on, not just like one little thing, a little tack hanging out of the wall or whatever. Although I use a nail for mine, but the nail holds on to the strap. So there you go. 10 seconds left to vote on Jason from the first 2/3 of Jason X. 5 seconds left. Where is this one going to end up? Is he going to end up right next to his brother? There he is. Jason, the two Jason X Jasons are right next to each other. It's a little before and after. Dude, Jason doing like some sort of like weight loss medication commercial, right? Everyone's doing those. So yeah, with let's tally up the votes. 11 voters, 1 S tier, 2A, 2B, 4C, and 2D. Put it right there in that C category because that's where most of the voters had it. All right. And that's fair is fair. Okay, let's see here. It's Jamie's son's birthday. Gonna do presents. Like Stu says, I'll be right back. Excellent. Jamie, wish your son a very happy birthday for all of us. From all of us, I suppose, is the more correct term. Yeah, nice little Friday the 13th birthday. Love that. Love that. All right, let's see what else we got here. Yeah, we're wishing your boy a happy birthday there, Miss Jamie. All right, let's go ahead and cruise on over to, oh my gosh, Brave browser, don't piss me off. Okay, which one is next? So this is from A New Beginning, but this is the version, it's like it's Jason from the final chapter, but it's Tom Morga playing Jason here. This is technically from A New Beginning when Tommy is having his hallucinations. So yeah, Tommy sees Jason a few times. He sees him at the very beginning of the film. Right here, this shot that you're seeing here on the Tiermaker Ranking is when he's looking out the window and he hallucinates him at the end of the film as well. There might even be another time in there that he sees Jason. So yeah, Tom Morga is playing him here. And Tom Morga also played, I believe he's Michael in Halloween 4 for a couple scenes. And I think did Tom Morga ever play Leatherface? I know he's played another one of the big icons. Somebody in the chat, let me know. I'm sure Lido, you know what's up. We got 30 seconds left to vote on this hallucination version of Jason from A New Beginning. And let's see what you guys got. Shane could not stand Jason X. I hear you, Shane. Every time I watch it, I'm like, am I ever going to watch this again? Do I need to watch this movie ever again? What's happening, Paula? So good to see you. Thank you for joining us. 5 seconds left to vote on this one, guys. 3, 2, 1, and that is that. All right, I'm going to put a pause on this here real quick, like. Okay. So you guys put Tom Morga's hallucination Jason, which is a pretty awesome little phrase there. You guys put him in the A category. 4 votes for S, 6 votes for A, 3 votes for C, 1 vote for D, and there he is, the lone wolf in the A category. And let's go ahead and get rolling on the next one, which is Ted White's Jason from the final chapter. I think this is one of the best looking Jasons right here. Love it. Which Jason's the hot one? Ray, I totally missed that because StreamYard is holding back the chats for whatever reason. I think the problem with Jason X is that it's meandering and it never commits fully to anything, so it feels inconsistent overall. In addition to the cheapness, which also doesn't help. Yeah, it's a very cheap looking movie. It's an early digitally shot film, and it looks way too like slick. It actually lessens the production value. Jason X is a movie. Yes. We got Papa John in the house. What's happening, Papa John? Thank you so much for joining us, one of our great channel members. Hope you're having a good weekend so far. Happy Friday the 13th. And for all of you who will be celebrating with your loved ones, happy Valentine's Day. That's coming. For you East Coasters, it's technically going to be here in 2 hours. So get your cards and your gifts and your chocolates ready. Holy cow, 22 people kicking it with us. Guys, make sure you hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe, notification bell. All that good stuff. If you're watching after the fact, you are super awesome. No, unfortunately, you can't vote, but you can let me know in the comments how you would rank these different Jasons, or just maybe which ones are your favorites or least favorites. And you could hit that hype button as well. How about it? So look at that. Ted White's Jason that's like, what happened to my hand? Is up there in the S tier right next to Sackhead Jason. 14 total voters, 11 in the S tier. Now that is what we call love, ladies and gentlemen. 1 in the A tier, 2 in the B tier, and that is that. Nothing lower than a B tier for Ted White's Jason. That is what puts him in that front spot ahead of Sackhead Jason. All right, let's jump back into the voting here. This is our 9th out of 16. We got Jason from the 09 remake. I really like this look. I think it's a shame we didn't get a second one of these movies with Derek Mears. I think he was a really good Jason. Great build for it. I really like the look too. I like the longer kind of like Victorian jacket or whatever the hell. It's kind of an odd look when you like take it at face value, but there's something about the way Jason looks in this movie. I love it. There's that one shot where he's standing on the house and he's like backlit with a floodlight. It's just really, really cool. Jason looks fucking awesome in the remake. There's plenty to like dislike and, you know, little nitpicky stuff you can say about the remake. I get it. I still think it's one of the more solid entries in the franchise, and yeah, I really like it. I don't know why I'm apologizing for liking it, but here I am apologizing for liking it. That's just the way it's going. But you've got 25 seconds left to vote on this one, folks. Let's see here. Man, StreamYard is like really holding back the love. All right, let's see what we got here. We got 8 seconds left, folks. There we go, 2, 1. That is that, and bam, look at that. Jason from the remake with 14 votes, 4 in the S category, 4 in the A, 2 in the B, 3 in the C, 1 in the D. Ooh, 2 in the B. We got 2 in the B, 4 in the A. It sounds so dirty when you say it like that. All right, you people, get your minds out of the gutter. There we go. Because the S tier had the 4 votes, that's where Jason from the remake goes. But you'll see he's in position behind the other two because they had more votes in that S category. Oh my goodness. All right, let's keep it rolling here. Our next one up is, ooh, Jason from the New Blood. Oh my goodness, I love that. The mask is all chipped away from the friggin' boat motor in part 6. He's got the chain around his neck from part 6. I love it. Like literally the jumpsuit is in tatters here. The visible ribs and visible spine. There is just so much awesome going on with this look, and that's what happens when you hire somebody like John Carl Buechler to direct your film, because he's a special effects wizard, and then him getting to direct this movie, you knew Jason was going to look awesome. Now, it's a shame we'll never get to see a cleaned up HD version of his film with all the kills the way they were intended, but there is a version to watch it out there online, guys. It's just that the footage that was removed or altered or reshot, it's been inserted in, but it's like VHS quality. So, but I've watched it. It goes from DVD to VHS quality. As far like, you know, obviously you couldn't put it out in the theaters or release it to fans that way. But it's pretty cool because a couple of the kills are totally different in the New Blood. Most of them, it's just more embellished versions of the kills that we see in the film. But I think there were 2 of the kills were like totally different in the original version. 5 seconds left to vote on this one for a New Blood. This was my favorite growing up as a kid. Just love the way Jason looked here. All right, and there we go. He's in second place in the S category. 14 voters for New Blood Jason, 10 of them in the S category, 4 in the A. And that's that. Wow, that's very... So if we did average voting, that he would be in the number 1 spot, I would imagine. I would imagine. All right, let me check in over here, see what's going on. Sorry, guys, StreamYard's just having issues relaying chats to me. So I know I'm usually way more involved in bringing your chats up on the screen, but for whatever reason, It's just not allowing me to do that as much as it's just lagging behind. I don't even know. See, I can show you guys there on the screen. That's how far behind it is. It's just a shame. Anyways, moving on. Let's go ahead and get to our next item here, which is Jason from Jason Lives. I love this version. He's only got the one chevron, a little bit of a flatter mask, but this is the first like real zombie version of Jason because he technically wasn't dead until it's like final chapter. Like, was he ever dead in final chapter? You know, from the end of 3, was he ever really dead? This is the very first time that he is, you know, truly like a zombie. And here he is in the S tier. He's just hiking his way up the list. I know this version isn't very flashy. I know a lot of people don't like the gloves and all that stuff. Home Depot Jason, whatever you want to call him. I don't mind the gloves. I guess you can ask, why would Jason put on gloves? But he is a zombie. I don't know. Maybe he just wants to protect his frail little zombie fingers. I don't know. 30 seconds left here on this one. And as of now, he's in 4th place. Let's see if he climbs up anymore. Let's see. 15 seconds left, folks. All right, and here we go. 5 seconds rounding out this one here. And then I am going to jump back in to the chat. And I'm just going to have to do it on the YouTube side. So let's see here. Jason Lives, 12 voters, 5 of them in S category, 2 of them in the A category, 4 in the B. Okay. And 1 in the C category. Okay. So not as much love for the Jason Lives version. I get it. I think the movie is better than the way Jason looks. That's for sure. So let me jump in. I'm just going to go over to the YouTube side here and make sure I'm not missing anything from you guys. Tom portrayed Leatherface in the bridge scene of Texas Chainsaw 2. Okay. I couldn't remember. I felt like, I was like, I'm pretty sure he was Leatherface. I knew he was another icon. I knew there was no way he played Freddy. So Jason X Jason was the hot one. Oh my God, Ray, come on. And for the people not celebrating, happy discount candy day the next day. There you go. That's true. I do like the chalky hearts. I've not had one little tiny bit of Valentine's Day candy. No Valentine's love here in 2026. Let's see here. What else we got going on? S tier all the way, says Linda. I'm guessing she's talking about the New Blood. Yes, New Blood rocks. Then you can even see his spinal cord. Oh yeah. Oh, it's such a good look. How come he doesn't take out Tina? He just like walks by her. Is he sort of like real recognize real? Like, thanks for waking me up, girl. I'm not going to kill you this time. You know, is that what it is? I don't know. Home Depot Jason is funny. I like it. Yeah, I'm definitely not the person that came up with that, but that's what I've heard people call him. I always assumed Jason in Lives wore gloves because he was rotting, so he knew his hands were slimy, bloody, gooey, and wanted more to grip on his weapons. Yeah, there you go. That makes sense. I guess right. Yes. Jason says Bud Light is my candy, but I do have a gift card for Applebee's tomorrow. Take me, Jason. I need some Applebee's. All right, we're going to get this rolling here with our next Jason to vote on. Jason from part 3. Oh, yeah. I had to search for this image. I couldn't find a good one for part 3, and I was like, you know what? I really like that makeup, the mongoloid kind of look on the makeup. I think Richard Brooker's just got such a classic look, man. He's got... the traps, are they real? Are they fake? I don't know. Either way, they look really cool. I mean, he is truly monstrous in part 3. There's a Frankenstein's monster kind of quality to him. He's very like lumbering, a little bit clumsy. I don't know. I really love the Jason in part 3. I like that he, obviously he puts on clothes that aren't his at the beginning, steals the clothes from the clothesline. And I love they're like a little short. He's got like the cups on his shirt are pretty high water. The shirt like barely goes over his waistline. I don't know. There's something about it that's so like classic and beautifully monstrous about him. Yeah, love Richard Brooker's Jason. One of the best for sure. We got 15 seconds left for you guys to vote on this guy here. I love the way he, when he shoots what's-her-face with the arrow, with the crossbow, and then he just like nonchalantly walks away like it ain't no big fucking deal. Oh, it's one of the most like badass moments in the entire franchise. I think that's like a top 3 Jason moment. Maybe I should do my own like top 5 Jason moments, top 13 Jason moments. Okay, so where did we put Richard Brooker's Jason from part 3? 13 voters, 3 of them put him in the S category, 5 in the A category, 3 in the B category, and 1 in the C. So there he is in the A category, right next to Hallucination Jason, which I want to name a band that now. I'm just so in love with that name. Let's see here. It looks like we're a little bit caught up here. Let's see here. YouTube side for the voting expired. No, it's in the it's pinned in the chat. So it should just be pinned in the chat at the top, no matter what. S tier all the way. O for Richard Brooker. Yeah. I don't give a fuck. Well, I don't know what the RA. What's the RA on that one? Jigsaw. What's the RA mean? New Blood, one of your personal favorites. Man, when I was a kid, I loved it so much, but they cut so much out. Yeah, it's too bad. Jason's got OCD, that's why he has gloves. That would be interesting, a killer with OCD. I guess, is Patrick Bateman kind of like that? Patrick Bateman's kind of like a different sort of OCD, huh? He doesn't have like the hand washing thing, but he's definitely got the cleanly thing and the, you know, hyper fixated on his routine kind of thing, right? PPE Jason. What's PPE Jason? Oh, personal protective equipment? That's what you're talking about, Home Depot Jason. Okay. Love it. All right, let's go ahead and get back to it. Guys, we are voting on the very first Jason we ever see. Little Ari Lehman's Jason from the end of the OG back in 1980. I'm so excited. I'm kicking stuff over here and running into the desk. How about it? But yeah, where did you guys put the OG Jason? Very, very curious to see where this ends up. We only see him in that little flash. Okay, so he went from C to S, back to C. So we've got an internal struggle here with the chat. Looks like he belongs in the movie Sling Blade. That's right. That is right. Traps and upper arms were padded. Okay. Yeah, it looked a little like Quasimodo-ish, you know? A little bit. Discounted candy and chocolate strawberries. Man, I can't eat strawberries. I like the way they taste. I can eat strawberry flavored things. I just can't have like fresh strawberries. They have to be like, if they're like cooked down into like a sauce, like if they're turned into a syrup for like cake, I can do it if it's been cooked. But raw strawberries give me like the skin crawls and a fever. It's wild. It really sucks. And it's something that didn't happen to me until I was in my late 30s. Look out, guys. You know, allergies can hit you whenever. All right, so there we go. We've closed out the original Jason from the very first film, and he is in B category. We've got 3 votes in S tier, 5 votes in the B tier, and 3 votes in C tier. So there he is, right in that B tier, along with Roy Burns and Ghost Jason. All right, let me see if this thing is caught up. Favorite Jason kill is the sleeping bag kill. Yeah, the original one. That's from the New Blood. He hits him a few times in the real cut. Yeah. American Psycho had OCD. Yeah, little Patrick Bateman OCD for sure. Let's see here. What do we got? You can really tell Brooker was wearing padding when you focus on his arms when he drops the spear gun on the dock. You can see the end of the padding just under his elbows. Oh, interesting. I never caught that. What size TV you got there, Lido? 80s kid joining us says late to the party, and what a cool topic. Well, you can still jump in and vote, 80s kid. The link is pinned in the chat, so you can jump on over to to the Tiermaker, and you can vote in our last handful here. I guess we just have a few more. So here we go. Sprinkle a little sugar on your fresh strawberries. It'll change your life. They're already so sweet. Oh, I love the way they taste. I can't eat them raw. All right, so Jason from Jason Goes to Hell is number 14 of 16 here. Let's see where we put this guy. After one vote, he's right there in the S category. So look out, people. Look the fuck out. Oh, now he's down to C category. Okay. Oh, shoot. What's going on? 7 voters and he's in the C category. Okay, let's see which way he slides. I think God, what do I think about this look? I don't like the belt. I don't like a tucked in shirt and a belt with Jason. Really not a fucking fan. I like the shirt untucked hanging over the jeans, or put him in a jumpsuit. Or even the overalls looks better. I don't like so what? Jason did his belt, tucked in his shirt and did his belt, and what? No. And I really don't like I get why the mask is the way it is, but it looks like it only covers 40% of his face, and it's digging in. I'm not a fan of this look. I don't like it at all. And I don't like the silvery blue. Yeah, I don't like this one. I'd put this one in the very bottom, actually. I would have put the Jason Goes to Hell version in the bottom with the Jason universe. Let's see. So he sit there in the C category. So he had the most C votes. So 2 in S tier, 2 in A tier, and then 5 in C tier, 4 in the D tier. He was that close to being a D tier Jason by you guys. Maybe I should be voting in these. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see what you guys say for this next one here. Jason from Takes Manhattan. Got that yellowy mask. For whatever reason, it was, I don't know if it hung out with people that smoked all the time, or maybe it sat in piss for, the year between the New Blood and this movie. We got super wet, sopping, gooey, drippy, squishy Jason Voorhees here. Every time he takes a step, it's which I won't ever do on the stream ever again. I had to give you guys the disturbing sound just so you could visualize it. Yeah, this Jason's got a really cool look. I think Takes Manhattan's an awesome look for Jason. A way better look than a movie. I think just like the New Blood, I think both these movies could be way better. I can't stand the way Jason looks when he takes his mask off at the end. Notice I didn't do, Richard Brooker's. Yes, I took the mask off of the Richard Brooker version. I just like the way that picture looks, but I didn't do, there's some of these templates out there that have masked and unmasked versions. Maybe we can do an unmasked version at some point. Be kind of interesting to see what you guys say about that. Because this one is terrible. This purple gray Muppet Jason that they have. 5 seconds left to vote on this one, guys. 14 voters for Jason from Takes Manhattan. And there he is in the B category. So let me click over there. Come on. What the hell's going on? Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, guys. Now Tiermaker's giving me trouble. Going back to Take Manhattan. So 3 in the S tier, 2 in the A tier, 4 in B tier. So that's why he ends up there. 1 in C tier, 4 in D tier. So it could have been easily one or the other. I'm glad that he's a little bit higher here. It would be a shame if this version was in the D tier. I think the movie is a D tier movie, but I don't think that Jason is a D tier Jason, if that makes any sense. So let's see here what we got going. We got one more to vote on, guys. Let me go ahead and snag some of these chats because StreamYard just blessed me with a whole bunch more. 70-inch TV in the living room. There you go. Nice. Nice. Is this the cartoon version? Which one were you talking about? Takes Manhattan? There is, I got very close to putting in the NES version, but we're just talking about the movies, so I didn't do that. Shax SCB says Jason cares to have his shirt tucked in. It wants to look dapper. Is Jason in It now? Oh no, he can't be, right? Yeah, I don't, I get what you're saying. Welcome on in, Shax. You're kicking it with the Death Squad. I know you're just having some fun with us. I love your combat turtle icon there. Yeah, I just don't see Jason being like, I look handsome for mama. No, I don't really dig it. I don't really see him doing that. Really love the flesh grown over the sides of the mask. I really dig that. The rest of it is meh. Yeah, I thought it just looked so ridiculous. I wish I could elaborate on it more. There's just something about it to where I'm like, so it's come to this. So it's come to this version of Jason. Can't stand this look. Oh, from Manhattan. Interesting. Yeah, you don't see much. Really, you don't see much of his. He's just so dark and slimy the whole time. Yeah. He's a squishy boy. I like how no one's putting any other Jasons with the sweet revenge. Jason, good job. Yeah, the mesh on the eyes is weird. It is weird. That's a good point. I understand why they did it, but yeah, they didn't have to. Okay, guys, let's get into the last one here. You are all going to vote on. This is Freddy versus Jason. Ken Kersinger, long hair, super homeless hobo Jason. There we go. A lot of holes in the mask. Like a lot of fucking holes in this mask. More than the others? Maybe not. It looks like more. Actually, it looks like they tried to match it with the one in Jason Lives. Other than the chevrons, it looks like the holes all match. So maybe I'm talking out of my ass on this one. Now, I will say this. Ken is one of the nicest people I've met out of all the horror icons that I've been fortunate enough to meet. Very, very friendly. A big dude. And a very, let me shake your hand. You're there to pay him. I was there to pay him money and take a picture with him and all that stuff. You can see that picture on my Instagram. And he signed my cool mask and everything like that. And he was just such a sweetheart. However, I will say this. I'm not the biggest fan of the way they made Jason look in Freddy vs. Jason. And I wish that Jason I just wish they gave it to Kane. I mean, I don't mind Freddy and Jason being close in size. You can still find a creative way to shoot it, to shoot around that. But Ken is a big beast of a man. I'll just say that. All right, guys. So here we go. Let's take a look at the whole ranking here. I know I'm covering part of the screen there. But there you go. You guys put Jason from Freddy vs. Jason in the S category, or S tier, with 12 votes, 4 votes from the S tier, 1 from the A tier, 2 from the B, 1 from the C, and 4 in D tier. Wow. So as many in, so that is the most average vote, right? Because we have 4 on either side, 1 there, and then in the middle we've got 2. So that is literally the most even vote, and he ends up in S tier. I don't know how Tiermaker decides everything and how they do that, but there we go. So we've got in the S tier for Jason Voorhees for your live audience ranking. In our S tier, which represents 38% of all of the Jasons here, 16. We've got the final chapter, The New Blood, Sackhead from Part 2, Jason Lives, Freddy vs. Jason, and the 09 remake. In our A tier, which is just 13% of the 16 represented here, we've got the Tom Morga Hallucination Jason, and we've got Richard Brooker's Jason from Part 3, maybe in 3D, depending on where you're watching it. In our B tier, which is 25% of the 16 Jasons here, we've got Roy Burns from A New Beginning, as well as Ghost Jason from Never Hike Alone, the original child Jason from 1980's Friday the 13th, and Jason from Takes Manhattan. Now in the C category, which represents 19% of the 16 Jasons, we've got Jason from Goes to Hell and both Jason X versions. Old Man Homeless Jason and Uber Jason. And then there in the D category, which is just 6% of the 16 Jasons represented here in this Tiermaker ranking, we've got the lowest of the low, Greg Nicotero's Jason Universe Jason, all by his lonesome in the bottom of the barrel category. So there we go, guys. That is your live audience Tiermaker ranking of all the different iterations of Jason Voorhees on film. Yes, because it's the versions from the movies. So I didn't do the animated Jason from Ghost in the Fog. I didn't do a lot of the fan film Jasons. There's so many of them, so we put Ghost Jason in here, Shax, and no NES Jason because he was never in a movie. So, but I do love the look of NES Jason. So there we are, guys. That is that. You have officially ranked all the looks of Jason Voorhees on this lovely Friday the 13th here, February 13th, 2026. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little screenshot of this. Then that way we have it for posterity, right? That's why we do this. There we go. I've got a screenshot. I think I can even save it. There we go. Oh, perfect. Cool. So I can save that, save it for later. And let's just go on back over to, I think it's here. There we are. What's happening, guys? What's happening, folks? Let me jump on over to the YouTube side because I'm sure I'm missing your guys' chats here. Jigsaw's telling me I spoke like Ace Ventura. Well, very influenced by, Jim Carrey's early work and especially Ace Ventura. Yeah. Ken is a super nice guy, says Lido. So kind, so generous, so willing to talk. Loved meeting him. Yeah, absolutely. I had a way better experience with him than I had meeting Kane. Kane was weird. He made it get a little bit weird. Let's see what else we got going on here. NES equals Blurple Jason. Yeah, that's about right. Stephanie, you've got about 36 minutes before the watch party. Yes, Paula, there's going to be a watch party. It's going to be on a different stream. I'm going to hop off here. I'll take a little bit of a break, eat some food, and then jump back in and watch a movie with you guys. How about it? How about that? And I do want to make sure, though, to shine a little spotlight on everybody that dropped either a member chat or a super chat, and then we'll go ahead and break for a little bit. And hopefully you guys come on back and watch the 09 remake here with us. We're just going to do the standard cut of the film. It's not going to be the killer cut or whatever. So yeah, there we go. Stephanie became a channel member. Thank you so much, Steph. Really appreciate you. Antonis celebrating 10 months of channel membership. Lido celebrating 9 months of channel membership. Jamie Hart with 18 months of channel membership. How about that? Lido dropped a $3.98 super chat. We got Sean dropping a $5 Canadian super chat. And then Antonis, boom, with a double dose of $4.99 and $4.99. Thank you guys so much. Really do appreciate y'all so much for your support. And of course, for all the love. Really, really do appreciate you. Yeah, I'm going to go grab a little dinner and then I'll be back in about a half hour. We're going to continue the Friday the 13th celebration. So yeah, this should be pretty damn fun. Thank you so much to all the Patreon members, the YouTube channel members, and our amazing group of Death Squad mods. You guys are absolutely awesome. I'll be back in a half hour to watch the Friday the 13th 09 remake. Thank you guys so much for participating in the vote and all that good stuff. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. All that good stuff. Hit the notification bell. You don't want to miss out on all the fun that we're having here. So, even though it's just about 35 minutes, I'm going to say it anyways. Until next time, I've been and will continue being Davey Deathray. Take care.